Good news. Bitcoin spot ETF increased its position by 3 billion through June. Shocked Wall Street. What currency has the most potential now? Be careful of the huge bearishness of ARB. 3 big things coming up on Friday. What kind of reshuffle will the currency circle usher in? Let's follow the wealth accumulation channel to see. First of all, the long-awaited wave rebound. He finally came. During the 2 weeks of traveling, I have been encouraging everyone to buy the bottom. I have said it many times, there will be a B-wave rebound. And the last program also emphasized that the big players are increasing their positions. Well, now that the skyrocketed, he really came. Let's say yes or no. This wave is really blood money. I'm already taking profit on rallies. Wait and see the movement of the big players before doing operations. So what is the good reason for this pull-up? Last night at midnight. U.S. court rejects SEC appeal. And agree. Brightness transforms from a trust to a spot ETF fund. That is to say, Grayscale. It is likely to become the first approved Bitcoin spot ETF at the same time. This is also for the BlackRock and other Wall Street giants behind. Applying for ETFs paves the way. It's very scary. You must know that Wall Street is hindered by restrictions. It is difficult to directly invest in BTC. But once you have a mutual ETF, then they, just like buying and selling stocks, buy and sell Bitcoin legally. That's scary. This is equivalent to completely breaking the shackles of the institution. And more than that. Robinhood, the largest stock trading brokerage in the United States. A big melon popped out this week. Beyond all expectations. Data display. The Wall Street brokerage giant amassed 118,000 bitcoins in 3 months. The total value is as high as $3 billion US. Become the world's 3rd largest Bitcoin holder. God, this is too scary. To know the main business of Robinhood is trading stocks and bonds. This virtual currency is only a small part of his business. But now I don't know where. Some Wall Street titans are in him. Crazy buy. This traditional brokerage that led to Robinhood suddenly became the 3rd largest Bitcoin holder in the world. That is to say, the currency circle plummeted before. Many retail investors leave in despair. But concentrated. But it's a big deal. These are traceable. Just like before, don't look at the trading volume of major platforms. But in fact, the real chain business. The data is not falling but increasing. Before the bull market. Interaction between exchanges and falling in love with Bitcoin is gradually declining. This is a departure from the rise in currency prices at that time. This means that the big players are leaving at Fangao. The currency price fell in the past 2 weeks. The trading volume inside the exchange has dropped sharply. But it has nothing to do with on-chain transaction volume. Either outflow or inflow. There has been an upward trend recently. This shows that retail investors in the exchange are gradually leaving the market. Sharply reduced transaction volume. But falling in love with transactions represented by big households became active. This also proves the big players did take advantage of the plunge in the previous 2 weeks. After actively hoarding coins to buy bottom. Just transfer it from the exchange to your own cold wallet. But while PTC has a bright future. But when it reached the peak of the bull market, it was only 150,000. Although this 5 times increase is not low. But it's not enough for us retail investors. So what coins can be bought now? In fact, many viewers know Can upgrade at the end of the year will make OP and ARB take off. But why OP can rise so much now? But the double bed with stronger data is languishing. In fact, this project has a big disadvantage. That is, he will be on March 17th next year. Unlock $1.1 billion in code. This is equivalent to 87% of his current total circulation. Oh my god, it's such a big unlock. If the B price is not good, it will be directly cut in half. And what is unlocked is not an ecological ratio, but for profit. The share of the initial group and investors in round A and B. So when the time comes, the split pressure is pretty amazing. He might fall a month or two early. Everyone, don't believe this thing. Like easygoing and know these are plummeting every time you unlock. We are all empty, how many times have they been? So ARB will definitely crash by then. Smash a gold pit. Now is the best time to buy bottom. But this is for next year. Can upgrade at the end of the year. He will still have a lot of gains. At that time, everyone can guide without hesitation. Then wait until next year when he unlocks. Bring it back at a lower price. This would be a better choice. We can all operate by looking at the data of big players. Of course, if you are worried, then the main OP doesn't have such a big mine. Therefore, there are obviously more people buying bottom ops. You can tell by watching it fluctuate. Very energetic bunch of people buying and selling. So many projects are actually good projects. But if you don't understand its token model, then you will definitely suffer. Like APP and ID, everyone has seen it. The concepts of these projects are very good. But the token model can't do it well. Directly reduced to an airdrop cash machine. Whoever buys who cuts in half. So choosing coins is definitely a big question. Some coins will not rise even in the bull market. And some projects are participated by major institutions. And there's nothing to unlock this bet. Both have a potential of more than 50 times. So the same bull market. If you make a mistake, you may earn 5 times. And buying the right one 100 times may be just the starting point. So the same funds. The result will be 95 times worse. And in addition to the long-term potential currency, our daily short-term operations are also fruitful. This wave B bounces back, let's just turn over the position. Without further ado, let's look at it next. 3 big things coming up Friday. The first is that the U.S. Securities Regulatory Commission will issue a statement on September 1st. That is this Friday. Response to multiple Bitcoin ETF applications. And we said earlier that Grayscale has won the applications of these Wall Street giants. Maybe it will follow through on Friday. It's time for another wave of promotion. But it's also possible that it will be delayed again. Wait for a while before approving. Anyway, it's definitely better to have news now than no news. So you can look forward to the SEC's answer next Friday. And the second big thing on Friday. That is, the U.S. Department of Labor will be at 8:30 p.m. U.S. unemployment rate released in August. And big farm employment data. That's a potential unemployment rate of 3.5%. And the market expects it to be 3.5%. If the result is higher than expected, it is positive, otherwise, it is negative. The potential value of non-agricultural employment data in the United States is 187,000. The market expected 168,000. So this is a result that is lower than expected, which is positive. Higher than expected negative. After these data come out, This channel will update you from time to time. What about the last thing you need to pay attention to on Friday? It's the speech of the Fed officials. President of the Atlanta Fed. Bostic's speech at 6 o'clock. And Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester. Inflation lecture at 9:45 p.m. If you have time, you can listen to it. Anyway, the adoption of BTC's spot ETF is absolutely certain. Approval is only a matter of time. Will completely break the shackles that were previously placed on the neck of the institution. Major institutions that cannot enter before then. Legal admission. This is definitely a milestone benefit. So, next year's bull market will definitely exceed your and my imagination. 3 years of forbearance is waiting for this moment. Well, that's the end of today's program. Everyone click to subscribe. Let's get rich and free together in the next round of bull market. Bye bye.